This is a very clumsy looking ice axe, but really it was nearly the top at the time. This angle here is really super important because by the time you hit the ice, it would penetrate it really nicely. This is a strike plate. If it went in this far, but you were scared, you could smash this with the hammer of the other one. When you were scared, you did anything, yeah? Bash, bash. Then by the time it was here, you could clip into this or tie the rope around. You could belay on this. The problem with these is sometimes taking it out. So you had to take it out like this on this axis, yeah? But me, of course, I used to panic sometimes and rip them out sideways. And then they would just snap here or here. Then sometimes you would have to complete the climb with only this much blade. My job, in fact, when I started working with Grivel, was to break anything I could. There is a very, very obvious thing wrong with this ice axe, is the shaft. This is a tube. The tubes, the first ones that came out, they were straight. Now, we didn't realize the advantage of anything else. We were really just literally too stupid. The ice climber would go out, do this. With the short blade, we noticed here that we would bang our hands against the ice and we would look like we were in a fight. Big swollen knuckles full of liquid, yeah? So first we made the blades a little bit longer to keep our knuckles away from the ice, but this didn't work. So then we would wear gloves. And then this wasn't enough. So we would cut the sleeping mat, the carry mat, and put it inside these big, stupid mittens with some sewing. And then this meant that your hand was okay, but by the time you picked up the ice screw, you had the boxing glove on your hand, and then for sure you dropped the ice screw. For sure. 100% guaranteed. We would go to the pub and we would say, look, I am a great ice climber, because like this, you know. This was a really, really elegant solution.
Le piccozze incominciavano a diventare qualcosa di estremamente specialistico per la cascata di ghiaccio e non solo più quell'attrezzo che veniva utilizzato a 360 gradi tra le cascate di ghiaccio e le vie in quota.
Look, it's a little bit further away, so you bang your hand less. By the time you did this, we were climbing 6, easy 6. This is the start of what I would say is the revolution in ice climbing and mixed climbing. Here, you have an enormous bend. So you could hook over many, many things, like mushrooms in ice. It still feels good. The balance is still good. I still say this is the father of real mixed climbing, this one here.
O meglio, le distanze e le misure di questa piccozza sono quelle che poi hanno dato là a tutte quelle piccozze moderne che sono nate, tra cui l'ultimo gioiellino, dove si vede benissimo l'evoluzione che poi c'è stata ancora oltre.
This is the state of the art. This is high level mixed climbing. This is high level dry tooling. You can call it what you like, and you can climb the hardest ice possible with this. The geometry is the same. The bend is nice, but there is this additional super handle. Because the handle is less heavy, effectively there is more weight at the top, which is still important for ice climbing. You must have the weight on the head to go in a little bit. And the balance on this one, it's unbelievable, the balance. To get to this stage has involved hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of climbing, lots and lots of injuries, and crazy things have happened to get this far. It's a work of art. I was never really happy with crampons until I got this one, the 2F. The 2F is probably, in my mind, is still a great crampon. You have the 2 points here. I did Scotch on the rocks on the Aiguille de Tackle first ascent. M8. It's actually still really, really light. There was a step up from this one, the 2F. That was the 2F mono, which would have been a much more sensible crampon for me to wear on Scotch on the Rocks.
Quello che rivoluzionò i ramponi fu il famoso Rambo. Il Rambo utilizzava sempre una struttura molto molto rigida, ma aveva due punte decisamente più robuste. Questo dava la possibilità a noi leggeri climber di prendere a calcioni il ghiaccio e di conseguenza di mettere il più possibile il piede dentro e di conseguenza scaricare di più peso. Questo fu veramente il rampone, il Rambo che diede il là a tutto quello che è nato poi di moderno dopo.
When this one came out, I was deliriously happy. It's a mono point. Look at the points, the configuration of the points. This one faces backwards. It's very, very light construction. If you want, it can articulate in the middle. You can climb really hard mixed, and you can climb really beautiful ice with this.
Per quanto mi riguarda, ho iniziato con questo chiodo, che la tecnica una volta era diversa da quella di oggi, ci si appendeva alle picozze per poter chiodare, proprio perché bisognava lasciare le mani per poterlo mettere, quindi ci si appendeva con dei cordini, si batteva dentro il chiodo e i materiali non erano ancora così evoluti, davano una parziale sicurezza. L'unico problema è che tante volte il ghiaccio diventava talmente compatto che bisognava rompere completamente tutto intorno al chiodo per poterlo tirare via. Lo si metteva dentro perché sciogliesse quello che era formato dentro, perché non c'era la possibilità di poterlo togliere.
This one was actually okay. It looks shit, but it was actually okay. With this one, you notice there is a groove here, and you could pull the ice out with your ice axe. So it was possible to reuse these. This one, it's also quite light. So this one, it started to be good. The problem is, once you put these in, especially if you are bad at hammering, which most people are bad at hammering, the hole was bigger than the tube, which meant that with the rope, you would just lift it out sometimes. You see? So the security of this was questionable. We move on to a fairly good design and an interesting material. This is titanium, and it would have been made in the Eastern Bloc, Russian satellite places. The person who made this would have stolen the titanium and made it in a garage or at night at work. And these we would have to buy from Russians, Czechoslovakian people like this, and we would have to give them something, a pair of jeans, some cassettes, music cassettes or something. And these were actually really good. And they were really, really light.
Dopo il chiodo al titanio ci sono state diverse evoluzioni sui materiali, fino ad arrivare a quelli che sono oggi più moderni e quelli più affini. Si è capito che ci sono delle cose molto importanti nella costruzione del chiodo che sono fondamentali, soprattutto la finitura interna. La finitura interna è quello che permette al chiodo di poter avere pochissima frizione e far sì che la carota non ostruisca l'entrata al chiodo, e soprattutto il filetto rovesciato ha una tenuta decisamente superiore sull'estrazione.
An ice screw like this could change a climb from suicidal to perfectly okay. Before that, there would only be 5% of the population who were mad enough or stupid enough to go ice climbing and survive. Yeah.
Yep.
This made ice climbing more accessible to lots of people. This. In the old days, the protection was so bad, it was not worth putting in. Then, even when we had different ones, it took so long to put in, and then was still so bad that we wouldn't put it in. There was one maybe advantage in this thing. It meant that we were very, very used to doing run-out climbs. We were used to being committed to climbing. By the time this one came out, this one was so easy to put in that the only limitation on your safety was the amount of money you had in your pocket.
Da stupido i primi tempi non li usavo, cioè ho cominciato a usare il casco verso 96, 97. Prima sembrava di avere addosso delle pentole, quindi rovinava l'estetica. Lo posso dire perché sono qua, perché non mi è arrivato niente in testa. Quindi mettiamolo, va.
This is a helmet, a modern day helmet. The old helmets, they made you look like a penis. They made you look like the end of a penis. This one is so nice, it makes you look cool. I used to climb without a helmet on ice. When I think about this, this is like stupid. If you look at my face, I have a lot of scars. If you look at my teeth, all my teeth are broken. A helmet is probably a good idea, okay? Well, it's not probably a good idea. It's obligatory, really, yeah? That is a really great helmet. Wow. Wear a helmet, guys.